Hi, welcome to Underwear News Briefs podcast. This is Tim coming at you again. And on this podcast, we have a very special one for you. We've teamed up with NorCalBodz, which is a photography company out of California, and they're going to be giving us some exclusives, some different things we're working on. We're hopefully going to have it on the blog in the next couple of weeks. And we have one of their new models, Tory George, who just did a photo shoot for them. Had some really great pictures. And here's his interview, and I'll talk to you in just a bit.
I'm ready.
Okay, and welcome to the podcast now, Tory from NorCalBodz. Welcome.
Thank you.
So, how are you today?
I'm good. Just another beautiful day in Florida, rainy and sunny.
Yeah, well, it's rainy here right now. I'm up in Atlanta, so it's been rainy all day. So, welcome to the podcast. We've developed a relationship with NorCalBodz, so we're going to be interviewing some other models too, and posting some pictures on the blog. And so, let's get right into it. So, how did you get into modeling?
Well, it was kind of funny. I'd always wanted to kind of try my foot into modeling, and I was working as a cook at the time, and it's just something I've always done to make money, and I got fired, and I kind of saw it as a blessing at the time, just because, whether it has anything to do with it or not, I'm more or less a man of God, and I feel like things happen for a reason, and I felt like it was a blessing at the time, and my girlfriend knew another model, told me about Model Mayhem. I put my stuff on there, and apparently I have a look that people want, and ever since then I've been bombarded with modeling opportunities, so that's kind of how I got my foot in there.
Very cool. Yeah, it usually happens that way. When something happens, another door opens, so that's very cool. So is that how you got hooked up with NorCalBodz?
Well, within the first week, I was contacted by a lot of people, and Gary was one of them with NorCalBodz, and he seemed there was something that attracted me to him. He wasn't somebody ranting and raving about all my good attributes. He was one to critique me a little bit, and more or less kind of sounded like an a-hole, but that attracted me to him. I was like, okay, maybe I could learn something from this guy. There's something intriguing about him, and from what I understand, he felt the same way about me. But when we got hooked up together, we did some really good work. But he contacted me, said he was interested in me shooting with him, and I, of course, I checked out his site, saw his work, and I was even more intrigued by flying out there to go work with him. Usually, people have paid my way to get out to certain places, but this is the one time I actually used my own money to buy a plane ticket to get out there and shoot with them. And when we got together, we got along really well, and I wasn't going to sign the contract at first, but I wanted to feel him out, shoot with him, and photography lived up to my expectations. And I also noticed that when this guy isn't shooting or he's not working, this guy's constantly working to promote his models. And when I came to that conclusion, I felt safe signing with him. So that's cool. How I got hooked up with him.
So you enjoyed working with them, I take it, since you signed the contract.
I did.
And then and how did the shoot go? What was?
Well, I would say it was probably some of the best studio work I had done. He's not one to take a million different photos and only take a number. I mean, we took out of all the photographers I've shot with, we took the least amount, which was about 700. And that was the least I've ever had a photographer take of me, but I would say 85% of the photos, if not more, were really good quality photos. He knows what he wants, and I've only been around for so long, and so it really helped me be able to perform even better in front of the camera.
Very cool.
So I learned quite a bit, and that I can take on to other photographers, and I was very pleased with what we got out of it.
Very cool. So did you have any favorite pictures over the weekend shooting, or?
Yeah, I did. Just the whole experience, really. It was a lot of fun. He had me posing in certain ways that kind of felt awkward at first, but I began to pick up on it very quickly, and when I saw the pictures, it spoke for itself. It was like, okay, this is what I should have been doing the whole time as far as shooting. And, yeah, I mean, he's got a few little secrets, how to get your legs to pop even more, and, ever since the first time I talked to them, consensus was I needed to grow out my hair, and that's what I began doing, continuing to work on my legs and diminishing my tan lines, and that's what I did.
Very cool. Yeah, sounds like Gary really knows what's going on, and from our talks too, he really is really good at telling people what to do, so that's very cool. And it's always good to get hooked up with someone who can teach you more than you already know.
Mm-hmm.
So
absolutely.
Cool. So did you play any sports in high school or college?
I've since I was about 4 years old, I was always into martial arts. That was my big thing, but I love sports as well. I never got onto the high school or any of that football or any of that. I did do track for a little bit.
Okay.
But I love playing football. I love all kinds of sports, and I'm really good at it, and I excel at everything. And anything that piques my interest, I tend to excel at. And I never was one to make a commitment like that to a football team and do the whole football thing. Because I was more into the martial arts and stuff, and that's what took up most of my time, actually working out martial arts and stuff. So
cool. Very cool. So you can tell us a little bit about your workout routine, because I know we have guys always interested in more advice in working out, and with your pictures, you have a pretty good body. So,
well, I would say, my abs tend to differentiate me from a lot of people because, like I said, martial arts from a young age, I think that's how they develop up until now. And, I've been working out since I was about, hardcore in the gym, at least trying to be hardcore since I was about 16. I'm going on 24 now. Mm-hmm. And I would say that, the most significant results came within the last year and a half when I started getting a little bit more serious, designating one muscle per day, going to the gym, destroy that muscle, and then move on to the next muscle the next day, and pretty much having a routine, not just going in the gym being like, oh, I feel like doing this today, I feel like doing that. It was more, okay, I'm going to go into the gym, and I already know what I'm going to work out today. I know what I'm going to work out next week on Monday. I know what I'm going to work out next week on Friday. But it is always important to switch up your routine. Mm-hmm. I tend to destroy my chest muscles on Monday. I tend to do all my back muscles on Tuesday, my legs on Wednesday, my triceps on Thursday, my biceps on Friday. And usually on Thursday or Friday, I'll throw my abs into there. And on Saturday and Sunday, I tend to do a circuit workout where you only work out every muscle for 2 to 3 sets. You just run around the whole gym, working out every muscle very quick, not destroying it, just getting it pumped. And that was more or less, it's not necessary, but it was more or less just to kill time because I like going to the gym, and it's also healthy to keep your body guessing, and that's what I said by switching up your routine is very important because you don't want to get your body used to one thing. So every once in a while, I'll switch from, chest on Monday, I'll do legs instead. And just by switching up that routine, like circadian rhythm, you sleep at night no matter what, your body has an internal clock, and your body starts to realize, when your chest is going to be working out, whether you realize it or not. So you just switch up the days, and that can make a significant difference as well.
Cool. I never really thought about that, switching up the days before. But that does make good sense. Very cool. So since we're an underwear blog, I've asked you, and you've been modeling some in underwear with NorCalBodz, do you have any favorite brands of underwear or pairs of underwear you like?
Well, I can say at this time, I'm not wealthy enough to afford $50 underwear left and right, but ever since I've hooked up with NorCalBodz, he left me with a parting gift, which was a few Calvin Klein underwear. I'd say about 4 to 5 pairs, and I would say I think it's the Calvin Klein Electric. It's very comfy. Cool. I can go out dancing and not have my stuff swinging around, and it's just very comfy material. If it fits, if you get the right size, it fits right. It feels perfect, and very snug and secure.
Very cool. I haven't tried those yet. I've tried a lot of different ones lately, but I haven't tried those. I'll have to look for those. So what's been your best experience modeling? What's come out of modeling that you've really enjoyed or came out unexpectedly?
I would say what I enjoy the most is, becoming, taking even more better care of myself than I once already did. And I would say my best experience out of all this is the traveling. I really like the traveling. I like getting around, going new places, meeting new people, and seeing where this thing can take me. I really enjoy it, and I think I have the personality and character that goes along with it. Cool.
So I guess I don't have any more questions for you, but where can our readers see more of you at?
I have two MySpace pages. You can find me on NorCalBodz site. You can also, I believe there's a link on there that'll get you to my MySpace page, and I also have I have two Model Mayhem pages, and one of them should be connected directly to either MySpace page or the NorCalBodz page, but either way, you can find me under Model Tory George for Model Mayhem, and I believe Model Tory George for MySpace as well. And as far as where I live, associated with those sites, I believe it has me down for California, Sacramento area.
Very cool. Well, thank you for taking the time to talk to us today. We look forward to seeing a lot more of you on NorCalBodz.
And I look forward to being on it.
Cool. Well, thank you again.
Thank you.
We hope you enjoyed the podcast, and you can see more of Tory at NorCalBodz.com. That's NorCalBodz.com. And also check out our blog, which is UnderwearNewsBriefs.com. We have some new things going on and some contests coming up, as you've heard. So head over, check it all out, and we look forward to hearing from you. Let us know what you think of the podcast by emailing us at info@UnderwearNewsBriefs.com. And check out the blog, which is UnderwearNewsBriefs.com. Thanks a lot, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye.